ball and one block and place it right underneath your wings. So the block goes under your head. The ball will go under your shoulder blades. Your knees will be bent, and the block is going to serve as a pillow for your head. So you're going to take the block and place it right under the head. Now take your time arranging this so that the ball is evenly distributed under your wings. And when you place your arms out to the side, you should feel a sense of surrendering. So all of that weight we carry on our shoulders, especially during the holidays, now you get a chance to let it go. Pay attention that if the ball is under your lower back, so if you start to slide the ball down towards your hip, it's going to be a lot of pressure in your lower back. So you want to make sure that the ball is under your shoulder blades instead. Feet are about hips distance apart. Your knees are bent. By the time you close your eyes, you want to make sure that it feels amazing, like you could stay here for a long time. Now bring the attention to the tips of your nostrils. And notice the flow of the air entering and leaving the nostrils. And once the mind connects to the breath, invite the breath into your belly. As the belly fills up with the breath with each inhalation, place your hands to your lower ribs. And notice not only the action of your belly, but the action of your lower ribs. So you know by now that every time you inhale, the diaphragm contracts and pushes the lower ribs away from the center. Can you sense the ribs pushing into your hands? And every time you exhale, the diaphragm releases and allow the lower ribs to move toward the center. We're going to cultivate the yogic breath, the complete breath. And what happens is we want to fill the lungs in three parts. So slide your hands a little more towards your mid ribs now. And begin to deepen your breath in a way, moving the breath from the belly, so from the lower ribs, to the chest, filling the mid ribs and on the way. Use the concept of Brahmana as you inhale. There's a sense of expansion. You could feel the ribs moving into your hands. And as you exhale, a sense of release. The concept of Langana. And once that experience is registered on your hands, take your arms out to the side again and give me 3 more breaths. The next time you inhale, sweep your arms alongside of the ears. Then as you exhale, bend your elbows out to the side, much like we do in chair pose. Then do that again. Inhale, sweep the arms alongside of the ears. Exhale, elbows out to the side. They're not going to the floor. Just as you bend your elbows, let them come towards your ribs. Then do that again. So elbows are by the ribs. Keep your left elbow by the rib. Next time you inhale, sweep the right arm up and the right leg, the right knee extends. So the entire right side of your body opens up. Then as you exhale, bend the right knee, place the foot on the ground, bend the right elbow out to the side. Then inhale, reach the left arm up and the left leg down. And then exhale, elbow out, foot on the ground. 2 more on each side. Inhale right. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale left. Exhale, bring it in. Remember, the longer the breath, the slower the movement. Inhale right. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale left. Exhale, bring it in. Now inhale right and hold. Can you grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand? Allow the shoulders to release. As you inhale again, fill up that entire right side of your torso with the breath. Maybe even Deeply breathing into the right side of your pelvis. Next time you exhale, bring the elbows out to the side. Right foot comes in. Then switch. Inhale, left arm up, left leg down. Get a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale to fill up that entire left side of your body. You're filling up the lung all the way to the tip. You could feel the armpit skin stretching out. Then exhale to bring the knee in, elbows out. Pause here for a moment and place the forearms down on the ground. Using your core to lift you up, you're going to lift your head and begin to curl up to a seated position. If you need to grab your thighs, you can do that. Otherwise, use your core to lift you up and sit up tall. Your knees are still bent. Sit up nice and tall. Pause here for a moment. Then take the knees out to the side, soles of the feet together. You're going to grab a hold of your shin and find both sitting bones evenly grounded. So you had the opportunity to breathe into your central channel, to elongate it so you can sit nice and tall. As you inhale now, your torso is centered. As you exhale, you're going to shift the torso over to the right. So if I turn over to you, shifting is different than laterally bending. So you're just going to shift the torso over to the right. Then you inhale to come to center and exhale to shift the torso over to the left. Let's continue with the breath. Inhale, center. Exhale, shift to the right. Then inhale, center. Exhale, shift to the left. There are all sorts of sensations that start to pop up. Can you notice that? Continue with your pendulum. And since you've been practicing with me for quite a while, you probably know where we're going with this. So inhale, center. Exhale, shift over to the right. Now begin to stir the pot. So you're going to go right, front, and left with the inhalation. And then with the exhalation, you're going to go left to back, coming into a little bit of a curl, then over to the right. And you continue to stir the pot with your breath. So as you inhale, again, this is the concept of Brahmana, you expand forward. And as you exhale, you curl back. We'll do one more in this direction. Then inhale right in the center. Exhale, shift the torso over to the left. Then begin the opposite direction. So you go left, front, right. And then right, back, and left. 5 times in this direction. And then last one. Inhale to return to center. Now take your legs apart. We're going to do the same thing. So with the legs apart, we're going to start shifting the torso over to the right, going forward, left with the inhalation, and then back. This time we do 3 times. As you complete 3 in one direction, inhale to center and exhale around the other way. You got it. Beautiful. When you complete this last one, inhale, come on up and center. Now we're going to play around with the hips a little bit more. So now that there is more fluidity in that vessel, bring the fingertips behind you for a moment. Allow that to be the cue to elongate your torso. And then as you inhale, your torso is upright. As you exhale, you're going to begin to take a little twist over to the left. But as you twist, you're going to allow an internal rotation of that right hip. Then inhale back to center. As you exhale, you're going to turn. It's not a big twist, but you're going to turn the heart over to the right and let that internal rotation of your left hip take place. Continue. Inhale, center. Exhale, take it over to the left. Then inhale, center. Exhale, take it over to the right. Yes. One more. Inhale, center. Exhale, take it over to the left. Then inhale, center. Exhale, take it over to the right. This time, inhale, center. Exhale, take it over to the left. Bring that right hand with you. So you're going to take it over to the left, take it over to the left. Right leg is straight, left leg is straight. See if you can turn your heart all the way over to the left. You might hear a crack or two. Can you walk your left or your right hand so that it meets the left right around your shoulder line? Take one more breath here. And then inhale, slowly return to center. As you exhale, prepare to turn over to the other side. Keep going. Keep going. The inside of your left foot's going to touch the ground. The outside of your right foot's going to touch the ground. You're going to turn the heart, moving your left hand as close to the line of your shoulder as possible. One more breath here. Then inhale, slowly come back to center. Now bend your knees. Have your feet about hips distance, a little wider than hips distance apart. Fingertips behind you. Inhale once again to elongate. As you exhale, drop your knees over to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop your knees over to the right. So that area of your TFL that goes deep into the hip, you're going to be much more fluid in it as you continue to move, to a point where when you go over to the left, your right knee touches the ground, and so does your left. So inhale, come to center again. Exhale, go over to the right. Left and inner knee should be touching the floor. Then inhale, come to center. Exhale, go over to the left. Now, hold it here. Place your left hand down. And as the left shin stays to the ground, you're going to lift yourself up. Let the right leg be behind you. Open up through the right hip flexors. Bring your right hand up and reach long with the right fingertips alongside of your ear. Take one more breath here. Then the arm goes right in front of your face. Sit down on the floor. Come around to the center. Right in the center, inhale again, elongate. As you exhale, drop the knees over to the right. Your right inner knee is going to be on the ground, or left inner knee is going to be on the ground. Press the shin down. Right hand goes down on the ground. Lift yourself up. And breathe into that left lung. Reach the left fingertips away from the toes. One more breath here. And then slowly, arm comes in front of your face. You sweep it around. Come back to your sitting bones. Pause here for a moment. Now cross your legs with the hands to the knees. Inhale to encourage even a deeper elongation of your torso. And as you exhale, fold over the legs. Let your lower back receive this moment. The next time you inhale, put your fingertips in front of you and elongate the spine. As you exhale, walk your fingertips over to the right. So we've been breathing into that lateral line from a front perspective. Now, can you breathe into your lateral line more towards the back of your lung? So fill up that left lung with your breath, focusing on the back of the lung. Next time you inhale, come back to center. You're still perching onto your fingertips, encouraging the elongation of your spine. As you exhale, walk over to the other side. So you're working towards the back of that right lung. Next time you inhale, come back to center. You could roll onto your hands and knees from here or swing your legs around. Take a blanket with you to place the knees over the blanket. You got one block to each side of the front of your mat. Come into a table position. Pause here for a moment with your hands exactly where they are underneath your shoulders, with the hips over the knees. Inhale to elongate the spine. Find your way into a cow. And as you exhale, move the hips back towards your heels. Now keep pressing the hands down to encourage the tail to drop as far back as it can towards your heels. Inhale, come forward into a table position. Exhale, move back again, but this time drop the hips over to the right. Come forward into a table position again as you inhale. Exhale and drop the hips over to the left. Once again, inhale to come forward. Exhale, drop the hips over to the right. Inhale to come forward. Exhale, drop the hips over to the left. One more time. Inhale to come forward. Exhale, drop the hips over to the right and hold. Walk your fingertips all the way over to the left. Now press into your shins and inhale to come up into your shins and knees. You're laterally bent to the left. You're going to create a semicircle up in the air. Then as you exhale, you're going to laterally bend over to the right, landing the hips to the left, the fingertips reaching to the right. Press into your shins, inhale to come up, draw that semicircle up in the air. Exhale, fingertips to the left, hips to the right. Again, inhale, come up. Draw that semicircle. Exhale, hips to the left, fingertips to the right. Inhale to come up. Exhale, fingertips to the left, hips to the right. Pause here. We started here. Walk the fingertips forward. Inhale, come forward into a table position. Exhale, drop the hips to the left. Walk the fingertips over to the right. Pause here, breathe into that left lung. Then press the shins down, inhale to come up. Draw that semicircle in the opposite direction. Then exhale, drop the hips to the right, fingertips to the left. Press into the shins, inhale to come up, draw that semicircle. Exhale, hips to the left, fingertips to the right. Once again, inhale to come up, draw that semicircle. Exhale, fingertips to the left, hips to the right. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, fingertips to the right, hips to the left. And one more time, inhale, rise, draw the circle. Exhale, hips to the right, fingertips to the left. Inhale to rise, draw last one. Exhale, hips to the left, fingertips to the right. Pause here for a moment. Walk your fingertips back to center. Inhale, come forward into a table position. Curl the toes, exhale, hips back towards your heels. Press so much into those hands that as you draw your tail back, your knees begin to lift up from the ground. You're going to glue your thighs together and bring yourself back into downward dog. Let the back of the knees open up. Begin to pedal your feet in a way that as you bend one knee, the opposite heel reaches the ground. And then settle into your down dog for a moment, pressing firmly into the hands, letting the energy move from the hands into your armpits, from the armpits into your tail. Then bend your knees, moving the tail back. See if you can elongate further into the torso. Look between the hands, keep bending the knees until you come down into a table position. Tops of the feet are down. Next time you inhale, bring your right leg straight back behind you. Exhale, bring the knee towards the nose so you can step the foot between the hands. Once you step the foot between the hands, you're going to grab the blocks and place the blocks on either side of your foot. So as you have your knee on the blanket, make sure that you can slide the patella, your kneecap, towards your foot as you drop your hips down, just enough to get full access to your left hip flexors. Pause here for a moment. Then rise to your fingertips. Press firmly into that right foot. And next time you inhale, create a wave of prana along your spine as you lift it up. And as you exhale, you're going to straighten that right knee and go back into a runner's lunge, half monkey pose. Start small. Your hamstrings might not be as available at the moment. We're going to do that again. Inhale to come forward, drop the hips, open the heart. With this long torso, exhale, hinge on that left hip to straighten the right knee. Do that one more time. We're going to add. Inhale to come forward. Roll the shoulders back. Open up the heart. And as you exhale, go back. Let's add to this. As you inhale to go forward now, really make sure that patella, that kneecap, move towards your foot as you lift your left foot, kicking it towards your gluteus. As you exhale, you go back. Inhale to go forward again. Kick the left heel towards your gluteus. Exhale to go back. And one more time, inhale. And exhale to go back. As you go back now, you're going to hold. Remember that torso is erect. You might want to bring the blocks a little bit higher so you can focus on the hinge of your right hip. The tendency is to move the right side forward and up. you're going to move that right side back and down, evening out both sides of the hip. Keep on hinging and reaching the heart center towards your knee. Paula, that's not available. That's okay. You can stay right here, still opening the heart center to your knee without hinging any further. Stay with your range. Next time you inhale, bend the front knee. Come forward again, just so you can place the blocks off to the side. Plant the hands down to pick up that right foot, move it back, straighten out the leg again. Let the crease of your elbows move forward. Right leg sticking up. We're going to go inhale. Exhale, one knee, chest and chin. Slither forward, both legs down. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, come up into a cobra, maybe taking the solar plexus off the ground. And exhale, bring it up and back, curl the toes, hips back, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet again. And notice the difference between both sides. The next time you inhale, look between the hands, rise to the balls of your feet. As you exhale, begin to bend the knees. And let the energy move through both sides of the torso all the way to the pelvis. Eventually bring the knees down. Come forward into a table position. Inhale the left leg straight back behind you. Exhale the foot between the hands. Bring both blocks to either side of the foot. And don't forget about that right patella, the kneecap. So slide the kneecap towards your foot before you press into the left foot and actually open up, blossom the heart. Take a moment to smile at that right hip flexor. The next time you exhale, straighten the front knee and come back. Inhale to come forward. Let the heart blossom in between your arms. Exhale to go back. One more time before we add. Inhale to come forward. Exhale to go back. This time, inhale to come forward. Can you kick your right heel towards your gluteus? And exhale to go back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. One last time. Inhale, come forward. Kick the right heel towards your gluteus. And as you exhale, go back. As you go back, notice we're going to hold here, right? So you could take the blocks higher. But can you arrange that as you straighten the left knee, you don't cheat with the left hip forward. So bring the left hip back and down, elongate the torso, and focus on opening the front of the heart towards your knee. Next time you inhale, bend the front knee. Come forward. Place the blocks off to the side. Hands down. Bring that left leg back behind you. Straighten the knee. Both hands are down. Crease of the elbows move forward. Inhale. Exhale, down one knee, chest and chin. Slither forward, both legs down. Inhale, rise into your cobra. Can you now bring the solar plexus off the ground? Maybe your navel. Keep pulling those shoulder blades away from the ears, elbows in. Next time you exhale, press up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between the hands this time. Make your way to the top of the mat, walking one foot at a time. Remove that blanket. Place it off to the side. Now when you get to the top, inhale, come halfway up. And exhale, go all the way down. Root to rise. Next time you inhale, open the heart, come all the way up. Reach along with the fingertips. And exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Take a moment. Close your eyes and just observe. Just feel the flow of energy moving through the entire body. The next time you inhale, sweep your arms around and up. Exhale and fold over the legs. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, step your right foot back. Then prepare to inhale and rise up into a high lunge. As you exhale, rotate that left hip open. So I'm going to switch sides here so I can face you. Rotate that left hip open. So here you are. You're going to rotate the hip open, coming around for warrior two. Now we're going to do this 3 times. Inhale to reverse the warrior. As your right hand reaches forward, your left fingertips reach back. Then exhale, switch. You're going to extend the front knee. The left hand is going to move back, and the right arm is going to reach forward. Bend the front knee. Inhale to reverse. Right hand reaches forward, left hand reaches back. Exhale, extend the front knee. Left hand reaches back, right arm reaches forward. One more time. Inhale, rise. Reverse. And exhale, extend the knee and switch. In this switch, next time you inhale, keep the front knee straight. Come on up. Bring your right arm behind you and begin to hinge at your left hip as you keep reaching the left arm forward. Eventually, the left hand could come down either on a block or on your foot or shin. We're going to take a big wide twist here. Inhale. Exhale. Begin to turn the heart. Make sure that left side of your torso is long. So you're going to turn the heart, turn the heart, turn the heart. Maybe the right fingertips even reach for your thighs. Keep turning until both shoulders are in line with one another, with a smile. To begin, it's automatic to turn your face up. But once you isolate that right shoulder, can you take your nose and turn it down towards your left toes? Breathing into the space between your right shoulder and your right ear. As the heart moves to the right, the face moves to the left. One more breath. Now press through both feet. Turn your face forward. Lift your left arm up. Come on up. Bend the front knee. You're back to warrior two. The way you started, you're going to internally rotate that left hip. Coming back into a lunge, place your hands down on the floor. Now you twist it over to the right. Now with the right hand down, place the left hand to your thigh. Inhale. Isolate both sides of the pelvis parallel to the floor. And as you exhale, press on top of your left thigh and twist over to the other side. One more breath here. Inhale, come back to center, place both hands down. As you exhale, move back to a one-legged dog. Bend the knee again, take it up and behind you. If it's in your practice, you could choose to flip your dog, coming into a modified version of a plank, a side plank. If that's not in your practice, you could also place your right knee down and come into a modified version of a side plank. Eventually, we can all come forward to plank or both knees down, and then go down, knees, chest, and chin, or plank to chaturanga. Inhale, come up into a cobra again, or move into an up dog with just the tops of your feet and hands down. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. I'm going to switch sides here again. We meet in down dog for one more breath. Then inhale, look between the hands to make your way to the top of the mat. When you get to the top, inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Root through both feet to rise all the way to the top. Exhale, palms together. Observe again. So anytime we work on one side, we have a clear picture of how different the channels are as we're working with energy isolated in one side. The next time you inhale, sweep the arms around and up. Exhale to fold over the legs. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, step your left foot back. Prepare to inhale up into a high lunge. Externally rotate the right hip, come around for your warrior two. So turn your right palm up. Inhale, reverse. Left hand goes forward, right arm goes back. Exhale, straighten the front knee. Right hand goes back, left arm goes forward. Bend the front knee, reverse. Left hand forward, right hand back. Exhale, straighten the front knee. Right hand goes back, left arm goes forward. One more time. Inhale up, reverse. And exhale, go forward. Keep the right knee straight. Inhale to rise up. Now begin to reach. Right arm, reach forward. Left arm comes into a half bind behind you. Maybe the left fingertips can reach for the top of your right thigh. Keep going. Keep going. The intention is to elongate on that right side of the torso, so that when the right hand goes down, you can isolate it, torso long, to take a big twist over to the left. It's an open twist. Can you align your shoulder on top of one another? Automatically the head goes up, but once that left shoulder is isolated, can you turn your head to look down to your foot? And can you breathe in the space between your left shoulder and your left ear? Now allow the head to look forward. Press through both feet. Take your right arm forward first. Bend the front knee. Come into warrior two. Windmill the hands down. You're going to come back into that lunge. Place your left hand down, the right hand on top of your right thigh. Pelvis is aligned with the floor. Inhale here. Exhale to counter twist over to the right. One more breath. Inhale, spiral back to center. Exhale, place your hands down. Pick the right foot up. Bring it back to a one-legged dog. Bend the knee, take it up and behind you. If it's in your practice to flip, is it possible to flip? Or should you bring your left knee down and modify your side plank? We meet in plank. Inhale, come forward. Your choice. Your last chaturanga, if it's in your practice, or knees, chest and chin. Decide which up back you're going to take into cobra or up dog. And exhale back to your last downward facing dog. Look between the hands. Inhale, rise to the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend your knees. Can you explore the length on both sides of your torso now? The freedom of your spine away from the pelvis. Bring the knees down. Tops of the feet down. Child's pose. Next time you inhale, come forward, swing your legs around, and have a seat. Now, take one block with you. I'm going to invite you into something really deep into those hips. If your knees don't agree with that, you're going to honor that by keeping the block really close by. We're going to begin with the left shin aligned with the front of the mat. With a smile, you're going to rotate that right hip and cross the right ankle on top of the left knee. Now, it might be that this is what's happening right now. You're going to take a block, place it right under that right thigh. But if this is not happening, you're going to allow both ankles to be dorsiflexed. So as you hinge forward, you get full access to that right hip with a smile. Perch into your fingertips and inhale to elongate. And as you exhale, begin to hinge with the idea of opening the heart towards your shins. It's possible that eventually you could actually place your forehead to guide your right knee further down so that you can surrender over the legs. If you're looking at me, say, what is she doing? Don't hinge so much. Stay up tall, have that block under your knee, and just breathe into the space you find the most resistance. Who are you kidding? This is your practice. There's no competition here. There's no goal. The goal is to bring prana into the areas you find a resistance. So you can open up space, free your tissue, and live with a body that's fluid, authentic. Three more breaths. Inhale, slowly come up. Bring your right knee in. Bring your left knee in. Hold it here for a moment. All different sensations, the tissue starting to hydrate, so there's this heat building up. You're going to do the opposite. You're going to take your right shin forward and prepare to cross your left ankle over the right knee. It is different on this side, you bet. But don't sink into that lateral ankle. So keep your ankles dorsiflexed so that the ankle aligns with the knee. You're protecting the knee and the ankle. As you perch your fingertips behind you, elongate as you inhale. And as you exhale, begin to hinge. Remember, you always have that option to put the block under that left thigh. And so you keep going. And you keep going. The most important thing is not to lose, to compromise the elongation of your spine for range, which means you just collapse over the leg. So you keep reaching the heart towards the shin. Three more breaths. Slowly inhale, come back to center. Bring your left knee in. Bring your right knee in. Stretch out the legs in front of you and shake it out. Block now goes off to the side. You're going to get that blanket under the head. Whatever else you have for your Shavasana. You know how much I love my bolster or a firm pillow. I'm going to place that under the knee. Come to lay down on your mat, but don't go into Shavasana just yet. Just pause here to observe for a moment. Notice the quality of your breath, the natural breath now, as it relates to your practice. Then bring the knees to the chest. Open the knees towards your armpits. Grab the outside of your feet or your ankles and rock softly from side to side. Happy baby. Decide right here if there is anything else your own body is asking of you before you surrender to the gift of Shavasana. It might be that the body's content. There is a huge amount of prana flowing through every cell in the body. And all you need now is to just surrender so that the entire system can process the benefits of your practice. Can you roll the shoulder blades underneath you to keep the blossoming of your heart to the sun? You worked hard at creating that freedom along your Sushumna Nadi so that your heart center can have that blossom. As the earth supports you, can you trust to open yourself up? What is it like to take time to be? Be with the earth. Be with the breath. Can you sense the pulsation of your heartbeat? That's a true expression of prana. As your mind drifts away, can you invite the mind back to the breath? Begin to wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. And as you deepen your breath, take a long inhalation, reach your whole body long. And as you exhale, hug your knees to the chest, throw your arms around your shins, and give yourself a well deserved hug for showing up for your own self care this morning. Rock softly from side to side. Then roll over to the right in fetal position and hold. You're about to blossom into a seat. What are you going to take from the experience on the mat into your life? Come around to a seated position. Keep your eyes closed, withdrawing the attention from the outside world. One more time. Take a deep breath once again, now sitting tall with full fluidity, full prana moving through the Sushumna Nadi, your central channel. Take a deep breath. Allow your heart to manifest all that light. Then bring the palms together in front of the heart and create the lotus mudra by keeping just the pinky finger and your thumbs together, representing the lotus of your heart, open with purity, even through so many challenges. blossoming white from the mud water. Take a moment to plant the seed of your intention for the rest of your day. Maybe for the rest of the week or for the rest of the year. We'll chant one Om to nurture and honor your seed. Empty the next breath. Inhale deeply. Palms together, bow to the divine intelligence at the lotus of your heart in gratitude for the gift of today and every day, for the gift of life. Life is a journey, not a destination. Embrace your journey. Cherish each breath, each moment, for that's all you take with you. Namaste.